BC was here 2 years ago, right?
Yep.
Okay, I couldn't remember if you were there or here. So I know it's week 1, but that 2 years ago, that series against BC, that was pretty huge in getting this team into the NCAA tournament.
It was.
So thinking back to that season and the last year in the NCAA tournament, how important is this weekend, even though it's just week 1?
Right. It's huge. I mean, every weekend is really big. Every non-conference series feels even bigger because we want to make a statement, obviously, nationally. But as we all know, those pairwise points are really big. So this isn't, we're just getting our feet wet. That's what last weekend was. Now we're right into it. So it'd be great to get some wins this weekend, of course.
Do you go into this with the team and look at this as, kind of a make or break weekend? Because you got to win in a tie 2 years ago.
Yep.
And pairwise doesn't care if it's week 1 or week 12 or whatever it is. I mean, that was huge in getting this team into the NCAA tournament. Because you get to see, I know you have Minnesota and Wisconsin coming up, but you get to see them twice.
Right.
So if you slip up against them early, you can make it up early. But
right.
Boston College, they're going to be one of the teams there in the end. I mean, this is a huge weekend for your NCAA tournament.
Yep, it is huge.
Right?
I wouldn't say make or break.
Yep.
We do play Clarkson later in the year. We play Quinnipiac later in the year. We have the Minnesota Cup with Minnesota again. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of opportunity to improve our pairwise throughout the year. It is important, obviously, and we want to have a good showing. I think our focus is try to get better every day. And not put the weight of the world on our shoulders this early on. But that being said, of course, getting a couple wins is the goal.
Not make or break, but it could make the difference between whether it's an uphill battle or,
Could. But if we do well in the next 2 weekends, then it's all a matter of perspective. It's very important.
You like having a schedule, like you said. I guess Clarkson.
Yep.
You lose 2 this weekend. That Clarkson weekend's one you could make it up.
Right.
You've set the schedule up this year to put this team in a position to make the NCAA tournament. You have a lot of opportunities, to get the job done because of the scheduling you've done.
Yes. We want to play good teams. I think I've said that all along. We want to play the best to be the best and also grow as a team so that by March we're playing our best hockey. And I think the best way to do that is to play the top teams in the country. I think it's fun for our players to play good competitive teams. I think that brings out the best in our group in particular. And so, there's a lot of strategy in the schedule within the context of you get a league schedule and you work around it. So
Boston College, 3 Olympians on their roster, plus the returning Patty Kazmir, winner 2. Besides those 3, what else stands out about this Eagles squad? Yeah,
they have good depth up front and on the back end. Along with Watts, they have Lonergan, who put up some massive numbers last year. They have McKenna Newkirk, who's been a solid contributor for them for a while. And depth at the D position as well. A freshman in net, which is going to be different for them because Katie Burt played almost every minute of every game for the past 4 years. So I think that'll be a change for them, and we're looking forward to testing that goal.
That's going to be key against BC. Did they play an exhibition or anything last
They
year?
have not.
They haven't, so this will probably be her first time. So you're going to be looking to kind of do like what you did against the Whitecaps and try and put a lot of pressure on her early, a lot of shots on her early.
Yeah, and she's a good goalie too. She was on the U18 Canadian team last year, so I'm somewhat familiar with her from that. And she'll do fine. She's got a great team in front of her. I expect her to have a very good season. That being said, we saw last weekend what it's like for freshmen to play in their first game. So there are some nerves and some jitters, and you have to work things out. And so hopefully we can take advantage of that.
Usually you don't work out those jitters in the first period and then have them come on in the second, however.
Right.
We saw Maddie play the puck so well in the Olympics. It's clearly something she's worked a lot on in the years she's been away.
Yep.
Is there even a greater value to that because you're so young defensively?
Yeah, I think Maddie playing the puck the way she does and enjoying it and having confidence with it gives us that 6th player on the ice. When the pucks are dumped in, if she can break it out for us, find the forward up ice, great. No need to involve anybody else. I think it also gives our defensemen the opportunity to work closely with a goalie, and especially young D don't necessarily have that background. So to be able to deal with the exchanges and communication back there and get good pucks from your goalie, it's really powerful.
We've seen with the men's team the way Hunter Shepard barks at his defensemen.
Yeah.
Does that communication become paramount because you're young back there and she's kind of new with this?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Communication on the back end's huge, and it starts with our goalie.
Whitecaps, what did you like about the way the game went? What didn't you like about it?
Yeah, I liked our first period. I liked the ability to put the puck in the net, 3 goals. I don't know what the shots were, but I know at one point 17 shots in the first period. So it shows that we can create offense. We were very aggressive. I think we spent most of the time with the puck on our stick in the O-zone. As that period sort of wound down, they got a late goal and the momentum shifted a little bit, but that's fine. That's hockey. Going into the next 2 periods, being able to bottle up that energy and that aggressiveness that we had in the first period and keep the foot on the gas. And I think when you go up 3-0 on a team sometime early in the first, sometimes you think this is going to be a cakewalk, and we can't ever get complacent. Got to stay hungry. Got to want to make the 3rd goal, make it a 4th goal. When you get 4, try to make it 5. We talk about that all the time. So I think the benefits of what we went through were great learning lessons for a young team. Like, stay humble, right? Stay humble. Even though we were up by a lot, there's a lot more hockey left.
Staying humble, you did have Gabby Hughes come out and scored 2 goals. To have, it is an exhibition game, but to have someone like that, how does that help her confidence? And what is that like as a coach to see like a young core like that performing so well?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome for her. It's awesome for our team. It's no surprise to anybody that's watched Gabby play over the last several years. She had a tremendous high school career, was a part of a U18 gold medal winning team. But to see it translate that quickly in her first or second shift, that was really nice. And then to do it again a couple shifts later is great for her. Her belief that she can play and produce at this level, and as a coach, knowing that we can put the puck in the net from different places and people.
I know Willette was before your time here, but obviously with the career she's had, just any thoughts on her retirement?
Right. I didn't get the opportunity to coach her, but I sure have been a fan of hers for years and years. She's arguably the best women's hockey player ever in the entire game, and the fact that she played here is tremendous for our program. We take a lot of pride in it, and I thought the video that Hockey Canada put out was really well done, and her write-up about her daughter, really powerful stuff. So she's been a role model to many people, myself included, and that won't stop. But yeah, we're excited for her and what's next in her career and life.